What's going on, plugins? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about BYU's first conference game of the season. Before we get into this video, make sure you drop a like, and if you're new here, sub to the channel and become a part of the family. Now let's get into the video. BYU entered their Big 12 opener against Arizona State. Going into this game, they got some good news about their two-star players that were cleared to return from injury. Egor was making his return after suffering a knee contusion, and Richie Saunders was coming back from suffering a concussion. So getting these two players back in time for conference play was very important. These are two key pieces for their team. So now BYU had their team at full strength, and they're getting ready to make a statement and get off to a strong start in their conference schedule. BYU started the game off hot and built the lead, and they made sure to keep that lead in the first half. The ball movement was great, and this was really giving Arizona State problems. BYU was making the extra passes, and they were making sure they got the best shot on almost all their possessions. They assisted on about 80% of their shots they made, so BYU was playing unselfish basketball and moving the ball and playing as a team. Going into the second half, BYU was ahead 31-26. The second half started just like the first half. Arizona came out cold, and BYU came out hot, getting whatever they wanted. Around the 18-minute mark, BYU already had a 12-point lead, and from that point on, BYU stayed in control of this game, and it ended in a blowout. BYU won 76-56. The biggest star of the night was Richie Saunders. He had a career-high 30 points. He was 6 for 11 from 3 and 11 for 18 from the field. He didn't look rusty coming back from injury. He was the main reason why BYU started the game with a nice lead. Around the 11-minute mark in the first half, he already had 10 points, and he made a few threes. I'm actually shocked he came back from injury and dropped 30 points. Richie's having a career season right now, averaging 13.9 points. He has been the best three-point shooter on the team, shooting 42.9% on the season so far. Last season, he was shooting 36.4%, so he improved a lot from 3 this season. This season, he has proved to be the type of player this team can count on for his overall scoring ability. Whether it's getting to the rim or shooting threes, he proved he can be a scoring threat. Kevin Young was hyped about his performance, saying this: "He's a stud. I said this from day one. He's a flat-out stud." The thing I love about him is how hard he plays and how you don't have to run stuff for him to get shots. We do run things for him from time to time, but he's very opportunistic, looking to be aggressive. I think he takes good shots and puts a ton of pressure on the defense. He's a catalyst for us. So you can tell Kevin Young thinks highly of him, and he loves his skill set. Hopefully Richie can have a few big games like this scoring the ball. They're going to need some performances like this from him, especially their next game against Houston. Now let's talk about something that could be concerning for BYU moving forward. Egor came back from injury, and he struggled this game. He had 4 points, he was 2 for 8 from the field, and he was 0 for 5 from 3, and 7 assists and 4 rebounds. Scoring the ball seems like a problem for Egor at the moment. He's in a bad shooting slump, especially from 3. The last time he made a 3 was November 18th against Ole Miss. Now, Egor's defense, he doesn't take a lot of three-point shots, and we don't look at him as an elite three-point shooter, but in the beginning of the season, he was shooting well from 3. But to me, that's not the biggest problem in his offense. Some things I've been noticing is that he's having some problems creating his own shot and creating separation to get his shots off. He seems like he scores better by getting someone to set a screen for him or being a catch and shooter, but him having the ball in his hands and breaking down a defender and creating a shot for himself, that doesn't seem like one of his biggest strengths. It was a few times in his game against Arizona State, he was trying to create for himself, but his shots wasn't falling. But when it comes to being a playmaker, playing solid defense and grabbing rebounds, he's doing well in all those areas. The playmaking ability is by far his biggest strength. His basketball IQ is off the charts. The way he can see the floor and find open teammates and get teammates easy shots is next level type of stuff. BYU needs to get him to score better because they have some tough games coming up. I'm sure Kevin Young will figure out something to get him to play better. I like to see Egor get more aggressive getting downhill and scoring at the rim. He's a good finisher. He needs to do it more often and take advantage of that 6'9" frame that he has. And doing a lot more pick and roll with him. This makes Egor a dangerous player because of his playmaking ability, and it's easier for him to score. So that's my opinion on Egor struggling and ways BYU can fix this. But BYU fans, y'all let me know in the comments why y'all think Egor's struggling scoring the ball and what y'all think BYU can do to fix this. I'm curious to see what y'all got to say. So congratulations to Kevin Young getting his first conference win. This next game against Houston is going to be tough. They're a top 15 team, but I believe BYU has a good chance to win this game. Maybe if they win this game, they'll be ranked. If BYU wins, I'll drop a video about the game. How do y'all feel about Richie Saunders having a career-high 30-point game? Are y'all worried about Egor's shooting slump? Drop y'all opinions in the comments, drop a like on the video, and sub to the channel. If you want more BYU videos, smash that like button. I got a lot of videos dropping this week to start off the new year, so make sure you have post notifications turned on so y'all know when I post. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Till next time.